What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. John Anderson here. In this video I'm going to give you 9 tips to help prevent memory card failures. These are those little SD cards that we all use to film our footage, to take our photos, and we rely on them so much, probably take them for granted a lot. But hopefully these are some tips that you can hopefully use to help prevent losing all that footage that you just recorded or losing all those photos. So let's dive into it. The first thing is, do not delete photos or videos directly from your camera. When you're going through and you're previewing through your footage that you just took or your photos that you just took from your last shoot, and you're going through and saying, oh, this one's blurry, I'll just delete that one. Or this one, the video didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, the next take was better, I'm just going to delete that. Don't do that. Just stick your SD card from the camera into the computer, dump all that footage there. When you put that SD card back in your camera, then you can format the entire card instead of going through each individual file. Then sort your photos and videos out on your computer, not in your camera. This will help to hopefully prevent losing any footage and maybe accidentally deleting a file that you didn't want to delete. If you accidentally deleted that photo that was actually probably a good one. The next thing is to replace your memory cards fairly regularly. Every few years there are upgrades in SD cards, there are faster models, maybe you're upgrading cameras, so you need a faster card to shoot in your camera. So if you're upgrading cameras and you need a faster card to work in that new camera, now would be a great time for you to upgrade your SD cards as well, because your old SD cards are going to be slower at taking those photos or slower recording higher frame rate of video. And also SD cards are improving over the years, so there may be faster options available, there may be larger sizes that you can get now. Oh, and another thing is to avoid third-party sellers on Amazon or eBay. Just try to get from name brand sellers. That way you avoid getting maybe knockoff brands of cards that may not work quite as well as the manufacturer intended them to. So if you get from name brand sellers or reputable sources online or in a camera store where you know you are getting a good SD card, and that'll give you better results than just picking the cheapest card you can find that you are looking at. And you may end up getting a knockoff card that looks like the real thing but doesn't give you the same performance as the name brand cards. So just stay away from third-party sellers. Be sure to get from reputable sources, name brand stores that you are familiar with. Another thing is to make sure that your camera is turned off before removing that SD card, just to ensure that it's not in the middle of writing something or some sort of function that it's doing while you're removing the card. Same thing applies to the computer. If you tend to remove the card from your camera to copy the files to your computer instead of hooking it up with a cord or something, always remember to eject the card before removing it from your external card reader or computer. That way you will save all those files that you worked so hard on and avoid losing them. Now another tip here is to keep your SD cards dry. This may seem obvious, and especially occasionally putting cards in our pockets, make sure to remove those cards from your pockets before letting your clothes go through the washer or dryer to save that footage that you worked so hard on. Don't wash them. Now I mentioned this earlier when we were getting footage from our camera to our computer, but also if you get a brand new SD card, be sure to format that SD card in your camera before you use it. And also don't switch cards between cameras, as it could mess up your card. Format that card that you got in one camera, use it in that camera. If you have another camera, get another SD card for that camera, just so those files don't get messed up. When you have multiple cameras, those cameras may have different ways that they write files or use the card. I have 2 of the same cameras, but I also keep my SD cards separated in each of those cameras. So I don't have any issues with losing footage or swapping cards between cameras because I just won't want to have to lose footage. And another tip is to clear your cards regularly. Don't let the pictures or videos sit on the cameras too long. Once you've gotten your pictures and videos downloaded to your backup drive or computer and you have more shoots and videos to make, you don't need to have all those old files sitting on the card too long. I like to format my cards when they get about half to 3/4 full, and by that time I've got maybe 2 to 5 shoots on my cards already that I've already backed up, and I'm ready to start filling up that card again. So then I'm going to want to format my card, and That way I have the space to be able to keep shooting. I don't have to worry about, oh no, my card is full and I can't keep shooting, and I don't want to delete those files in the camera, and that just gives me the space to be able to film more shoots. Once I get my previous shoots backed up, I can go ahead and format those cards, and I'll have all that space for shooting any new content that I need to make. Now, I did mention this a little bit earlier, but you'll want to buy quality memory cards and use a reliable name brand card from a known seller. Whether it's Samsung, Sony, SanDisk, this is what I use. It's a SanDisk Extreme, and I also got this Lexar. These are name brand and quality cards, and I know that they are quality. If you have any questions about getting quality cards, leave them down in the comments below. Try to answer them as best I can. With your R series cameras like I am shooting on right here, you should get a card that has a fast read and write speed, so you don't have to wait for the card to catch up. When you're on that high speed shutter, you don't have to wait for the card to catch up while you're shooting a fast shutter speed, or when you're shooting higher frame rate, a 4K or 6K video. You don't want to wait for your card to write that file and process it onto your SD card. So you want to get a faster SD card that can keep up. So that's about it for this video. Hopefully these are some tips that will help you from losing footage and get you a fast card that will work in your camera. If you have any questions about getting quality cards, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to help out as best I can. As always, I'll have links for the cards I use and gear that I use in the description below. Be sure to check it out. Like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.